All of the cereal box characters, Toucan Sam, Tony the Tiger, Lucky, etc., enter a colosseum. Only one exits alive. Reddit, who is the ultimate serial killer? Breakfast of the Gods is an entire web comic based around this premise, sort of. It's more like a dark fantasy that happens to involve cereal mascots as the cast of characters. Tony the Tiger and Count Chocula are not to be effed with, among others. Edit. It seems that some people are having issues with the website. It still works for me, so I ripped the images. Please try and support the artist site if possible, but if it doesn't work, here's some alternatives. Web link. I wish someone would do a webcomic series based on the fast food mafia picture that went around several years ago, where all of the mascots for the various fast food restaurants were mafia leaders. The original artist was planning to, but was found floating in Lake Michigan shortly after the publication. His girlfriend went to visit her family in the English countryside and hasn't been heard from since. His brother was killed in a freak industrial accident. His mother denies she ever had a son. Seems like someone was getting too close to the truth. My mind has eroded to the point that I'm not completely sure if this is satire. I mean, it is 2020. Yeah, the 2020s have been rough so far. I'm getting an error message for the site and can't seem to find another place to read the comics. Anyone help? Hug of death, I'm assuming. We may have crashed their poor site. Gary Grapenut. The cereal broke everyone's teeth. Grape nuts are my favorite cereal because it reminds me of rocks and I really like rocks. Dwayne the Grapenut Johnson. I was going to say grape nuts because no one will go near them, at least not until they are soggy from all the bloodshed. Man, I used to put those effers in yogurt and actually really liked it. Isn't the Raisin Bran mascot an actual son? Pretty sure he'd burn them all and finish with 2 scoops off ashes. How do you burn a ghost? I don't see any ghosts on the sun, do you? Space Ghost. Coast to Coast. We're really doing the most. Sun's haunted, grabs pistol. I'm sorry, what did you say? Sun's haunted. Blueberry is already dead and thus disqualified from winning. Going to be raising hell on Earth. Probably Lucky because he's magic. Probably, since magic trumps all. Source, software developer. I'm going with Captain Crunch. He could just crunchitize all of the other mascots and leave them in that alternate dimension for the rest of eternity. He's a big phony. He's wearing a commander's uniform. Web link. I swear to God, Commander Crunch sounds way cooler. Captain Crunch sounds like that jolly old feller who tells funny stories. Commander Crunch sounds like someone you give your life in battle for. The Raisin Bran son will incinerate them all. I loved his cameo in Super Mario Bros. 3. God, I hated that level. Get the whistle, skip that world. Problem solved. Give me a NES, I bet you $10 I still know how to get that whistle and skip the damn desert world. Or just get both whistles from World 1 and skip Worlds 2 to 7. I stand by my comment that you only need one whistle. If you use more than that, you miss the worlds that are actually fun. Waterland, Iceland, and Giant Land are fun. I can skip the one in the clouds. I can't remember the order, but I would almost always skip World 2 unless one of my brothers insisted. True. Worlds 3, 4, and 6 were quite fun. Though I kind of disliked that level in World 6, where you're in the cave, and you have to get a shell and tanuki leaf to jump up to the one area where the exit pipe is. Sure, looking back, it's a fairly simple level. But I'll never forget being unable to ever beat it without help back when I was 7. Captain Crunch could maybe crunchitize the sun, we haven't seen the limits of it yet. Also, his ship has instant teleportation, YouTube link. That's scary as F. Do not want to be crunchitized. Are you the same person as you are going into crunchitization as you are after crunchitization? Haha, watching that old commercial for feats of Captain Crunch just made me lose it, Ty. Man, I'm in my 30s and I'll still randomly say I wish we had some Captain Crunch and look around expectantly at parties or around friends. No one ever seems to get it, the Philistines. Web link. Hard counter to Chocula, that's for sure. I'm going to go with the leprechaun since he could turn anything into a lucky charm. If there's never been a sun lucky charm, there is one now. No contest, Lucky Charms. It's established canon in the GMCU, General Mills serial universe, that Elsie Leprechaun, yes that's his real name, gains extremely powerful abilities from the marshmallows in his cereal. But some highlights include the ability to bring things to life, hearts, invisibility, moons, and the ability to control time, hourglass, introduced in 2008. Up against essentially a god, I don't think the others stand a chance in hell. Too long, didn't read. Lucky the Leprechaun is Irish Thanos, web link. I'm inevitable, don't you know Irish Thanos? They're always after me, Infinity Gems. They're magically malicious. I'm inevitable, don't you know Minnesotan Thanos? Irish Thanos. Haha. Now Thanos should be the mascot for Rice Krispies, along with Snap Crackle and Population Control. That's the best set of words I've heard all day. I can't believe I never knew his full name. Hearts, stars, and horseshoes, clovers and blue moons, pots of gold and rainbows, and tasty red balloons. Mr. Tiger, I don't feel so good. I don't feel so great. Come Tony, this is no place to enjoy a delicious breakfast. My mind went really dark with that last one there. Enjoy my upvote. Oh, I'm inevitable, yo. Conor McGregor. Instead of a snap, it's a heel click to an old-timey folk jig. Elsie is like that episode of Supernatural where you think you're just up against a trickster, but in reality you are up against a literal effing archangel. It's been a few years and I'm now just catching up again because it's the end of an era, but that was Gabriel, right? God, I miss that actor. He was fantastic and charmingly asinine. Kind of like Crowley. Actually, a lot of the uber-powerful figures on either side kind of had the same blasé whatever, human lives. There's a few billion more out there attitude. Yes. Gabriel. Such a great character. He's directed a number of episodes and does a lot of convention and fan stuff with the actor who plays Chuck. He was also in the show Jericho and the miniseries Band of Brothers. Yes, Gabriel and his story gets crazy. I'm also catching up, only one season left, tears. Others have mentioned that Captain Crunch has a military arsenal. Elsie Leprechaun has cereal marshmallows that give him, presumptively temporary, superpowers. I understand there are no rules in the arena, but some guidelines need to be set on how much they can bring into the arena, in terms of external resources. If you watch the old commercials, Captain Crunch can seemingly crunchitize anything, turning those things into Captain Crunch cereal. Doesn't matter what he can bring with him when he can turn his enemies into knives that shred the roof of any mouth at a moment's notice. So him against Elsie could be like Master Roshi using Evil Containment Wave against a traditionally more powerful opponent. Or maybe a cross between Master Roshi using Majin Buu's candy ability. Damn, you're right. But can he crunchitize other living people? If so, I could see the final battle being between Lucky, the captain, and the Raisin Bran son. That is in fact what Crunch Itzing is usually used on in the commercials. Live human children. Jotaro's after me, Lucky Charms. Someone really needs to draw this. There was a webcomic series, 10 years ago or more? I can't remember the name of it. Edit, someone else said it in here, Breakfast of the Gods. Hell yeah. This is tough. It could legitimately be a slaughter. Given the Leprechaun movie series, Lucky Charms could totally do some damage with that dirty leprechaun magic. Count Chocula, Boo Berry, Frankenberry, Fruit Brute are all literal monsters. The Cinnamon Toast Crunch pieces literally take bites out of each other, so you know they don't give a F. Tony the Tiger is, well, a literal sentient effing tiger, and a jacked one at that. Cookie Crisp is, what, a coyote? A wolf? Either way, see, Tony the Tiger. I'm not sure I want to go face to face with anyone who's effing cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. If someone gets that cuckoo over cereal, I don't see how they're not an unpredictable threat in combat. Same goes for Honeycomb Snap, Crackle, and Pop have the numbers advantage, and, also, with names like that, I don't want them anywhere near my bones and spine, but my pick would have to go with Captain Crunch purely for the military arsenal he has access to. You misunderstood the amount and size of the toast crunches. It seems infinite amount, and they're tiny yet can eat each other with one bite. One good bite to the jugular of Tony while he's distracted, he's effed. By bets on Mikey from Life cereal, he's got a crapton of pent-up rage from his brothers picking on him. Or the honeycomb thing, he's like jacked up on speed or something. Do you really want that thing going haywire? He looks like he's 60%, fluff too. Or forgot about Raisin Bran Son, he's a goddamn sun in the sky dropping effin' resins. Nothing can touch him. One that will die the quickest is the Honey Nut Cheerios bee. If he does one stab he's dead regardless if he even takes anyone out. Yeah, Sunny Sun is pretty hard to beat, but Quisp, being an alien with a spaceship, may have access to technology that could do the trick. You're all forgetting about Gorilla Munch. That guy will just rustle your jimmies and convince you that there is no need to be upset. I guess that leaves his enemies open for attack. Or a truce, I don't know. Also, don't forget Linus the Lionhearted. On the other end of the spectrum, that Trix Rabbit is pretty effed. The whole cereal aisle is his enemy, and if they catch him they will kill him. But first they must catch him. Be cunning, and full of tricks, and your cereal will never be destroyed. I want to play this video game so bad. Someone will make it a GTA mod, I'm sure, haha. Look for Kellogg's vs Capcom. Post characters are a DLC patch. Would you rather fight one Tony the Tiger-sized Cinnamon Toast Crunch or 100 Cinnamon Toast Crunch-sized Tony the Tigers? 100 Tony the Tigers, easy. I've played Super Mario Bros. A giant sun with sunglasses is a killer. Good call with the Raisin Bran Sun edit, the sun in Super Mario 3 doesn't wear sunglasses. He's still a killer though. Captain Crunch easily takes this and doesn't have to fire a single shot. His ship can instantaneously teleport to anywhere he wants and has transmogrification through Crunchatize. Also, the roof of everyone's mouth would be effed. And then you got the Cheerios bee, like I can give one person a sharp jolt of pain, unless they're allergic, I guess, and then I die. Worse, he cannot sting. He's a male bee, which only exists just to mate with a queen, and die. He won't even be able to show up to the fight without shirking from his royal duty, and their life expectancy is roughly 90 days. When winter shows up, the girls kick out the drones and lock the hive down for hibernation. But he has that honey wand. Surely that's good for something? That honey wand is for the queen. Count Chocula and Boo Berry, as a vampire and a ghost, are already technically dead. They could wreak havoc, but they're not leaving the stadium alive. Someone pointed out the Raisin Bran mascot is a sun. Any vampire just got dusted by being near the arena. Most everyone else probably caught fire. Boo Berry might be the only one to not fry outright. Damn, didn't even think of Raisin Bran. How the F do you beat the sun? Leprechaun shenanigans. What if he's the one who brought the sun to life with his heart magic? Captain Crunch, he's a militant serial killer for sure, part of the Oath Keepers. You really seem to have studied for this, and I also upvoted everyone in this question so far. I remember discussing this before. I think our conclusion was that Boo Berry and the Raisin Bran Sun end in a stalemate, but the Lucky Charms leprechaun might be able to win if his magic is powerful enough. Yeah, if he's got access to all his different charms, he can do some crazy crap. Sun destroying? Maybe not. But he could probably take out Boo Berry. I'm voting for Cinnamon Toast Crunch. They all eat each other until one is left standing. You now have the mass of an entire box of cereal packed into one Cinnamon Toast Crunch flake. That thing's not going down for a while. I feel like the inverse ninja law is relevant here. As the Crunchies, for lack of a better name, cull each other, they get progressively stronger. So not only is the last crunchy the combined mass of the rest, but it's effectively the Highlander of that box. There can only be one. Like a swarm of nanobots? If the Kellogg's Cornflakes rooster is anything like Foghorn Leghorn, he would absolutely F crap up. Honorable mention to the TMNTs if that counts. Captain Crunch is a sadist for cutting the roof of your mouth like he does. The thing is, Count Chocula could easily turn the captain into a fellow vampire, and then he has all the military might. This is a masterpiece. You forgot Toucan Sam. He flies, he can let everyone do their damage to each other and swoop in and strike. Sam was appointed guardian of his 3 nephews, he isn't flying anywhere without a headache. Toucan. It's not effing Tupac. Tupac Sam. Follow your nose. For the Hail Mary that shows. Can they make their own alliances? Because we could do the Cookie Crisp Coyote, Tony the Tiger and the Sugar Crisp Bear and get some real carnage. Thank you for watching. If you like our videos, please like them on YouTube. And share them with your friends. Please subscribe to be the first to know about Red Rabbit Reader's new videos. We welcome your comments below. Another of our videos will begin shortly.